Hi, this is Paul Slackus, Good News Broadcast, speaking to Jacquelyn Mitchard. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you, Paul?
I'm good. I had some technical difficulties. It would have been much easier just to pick up a book and read it than work on the computer.
I know what you mean.
All right, and my mother was a librarian, so we always had a lot of books around, and Jackie's a best-selling author, and we're going to talk about, actually, Dry Eye Book Club, right?
Yeah.
And about, in essence, dry eyes as well, right?
Right.
Alrighty, because if you have dry eyes, you probably can't read too well.
No, you can't. That's one of the things, along with driving and working on a computer or reading to your kids, that is affected by having dry eye. And many people who have it know that they have blurry eyes and itchy eyes and the feeling that something is in their eyes, but not that it's an actual medical condition, that they think it's allergies or the weather or just simply something they have to live with as they grow older, but it may be indeed be what I have, which is chronic dry eye, a medical condition for which there is a treatment. And I didn't know that until a few years ago, though I've had these kinds of symptoms for quite some time, for nearly a decade.
Okay. Well, yeah, let's go right to that, and then we can talk about the tearjerker book list and other good things. So let's go right to the medical concern, because without it, you can't read the Diary of Anne Frank. So
you can't.
What can, first of all, it's interesting they say dry eye, okay, not eyes, right? Mm-hmm. What do you know what causes dry eye?
Well, in my case, I only know what caused it in my case. There are lots of causes that your eye doctor can tell you about, from external factors, such as wind and windy and high altitudes and heating and air conditioning and so on.
Okay.
But in my case, which is really the only thing that I'm an authority about, it was caused by inflammation in my eyes, and I was prescribed an eye drop that I use twice a day called Restasis. Mm-hmm. And using that, after a few weeks, it really did have an impact on clearing up my vision, I guess, because the surface of my eye was more comfortable, and I was able to do some of those things that I had done before again with more ease, including reading to my kids, driving, working on the computer. So it made a big difference. It's not one of those things that is life-threatening, but it was certainly threatening to the quality of my life, and I was very pleased when I found something that worked, but too few people ask their eye doctors about it, which is why I got involved with this campaign, because I want to encourage people to ask an eye doctor about their symptoms.
Okay. Well, and you did this for just a few weeks or months, and do you still have to do this for the rest of your life?
No, I'll have to do it always. I'll have to probably have to have this use this treatment all my life, but it's not using eye drops twice a day isn't really a very big deal, considering what you derive from it.
Sure, no. Sight is, I mean, what can we say about sight? It's
right, and also I've heard that from my eye doctor that if you don't treat it, if you don't pay any attention to it, it can get worse.
Okay, so that's all good. Great. Congratulations. It's wonderful. Whenever we find some kind of a way to make our life better and or at least to maintain it in a good way. This is great.
Right.
So, Jackie, what book are you working on now?
I'm working on the sequel to my first novel, The Deep End of the Ocean. Okay. And that'll be out next year. And I'm doing this, and my original novel, I've written 7, but the Deep End of the Ocean is possibly the best known one, and that is one of the top 10 tearjerker books. And we chose the the idea of tearjerker books that were so moving that they prompted people to tears sometimes to be the fun part of the drybookclub.com, which is an online virtual book club where people can come to share the writing that I'm going to be doing about these books over the next few months, and also to take a quiz to find out whether they might have dry eye and might need to see a doctor and not to see an eye doctor and not wait so long as I did, and simply figure that there was nothing that they could do about it.
What do you mean you're going to be writing about these books in the next...
I'm going to be commenting on them. I'm going to be talking about some of the important themes in them and some of the memorable characters in them, so people can join in on their own at that website, or join in with their book clubs and read along with me.
All right, read along with you, and it's also join the Dry Eye Book Club and Dry Eye Facts. They're all here on this website.
Right.
And the 10 top tearjerker book list, there was research and so on, and this is what's come up here. I guess the first one is The Diary of Anne Frank. Okay.
Right.
Now, I don't know if this is a true statement, but I've done a lot of things with the Anne Frank organization here in America and so on, and I recollect someone saying to me that The Diary of Anne Frank is the #2 book read after the Bible. Does that seem to make any sense to you?
I've heard that, and I've also heard that about To Kill a Mockingbird, that people say, and that's the #3 book on the tearjerker book list after Love Story by Eric Siegel, that people have said that aside from the Bible, it's the book that has meant the most to them in their lives.
Interesting.
And that's certainly true for many people of The Diary of Anne Frank also. And the others are memorable too. Little Women, Gone with the Wind, Angela's Ashes, Grapes of Wrath, The Color Purple, Romeo and Juliet. So a real mix of the old, the middle and the new, but all books that are strike a really deep chord in human experience. And regardless of the time that they were written, they're still having the same effect on people that they did.
Now, Jackie, what we need to do with you, unless there is something coming out, but for your book, The Deep End of the Ocean, because I believe all the other 9 books have movies, okay? we need to make a movie of your book.
The Deep End of the Ocean it was made into a big movie in 1999.
Apologize, then, okay.
And with Michelle Pfeiffer and Whoopi Goldberg and Treat Williams. You can get it at any video store now. And my novels, Still Summer and Cage of Stars, also are being made into movies. So, yeah, I agree. I think all of them should be made into movies. I mean, all of mine.
Maybe I was sleeping during those.
Right.
I apologize not knowing that.
It's okay. If it's not required.
It wasn't required to do the interview?
No.
Well, that's good. Congratulations on that.
Thanks.
So let me ask you, I'll take 2 more seconds, and I know you've had a long day, if that's okay with you.
No, not at all.
Yeah, okay. So a tearjerker book and a tearjerker movie, was it a success for you in your own book?
It was a very highly regarded movie. It was a movie that anyone could enjoy. I was proud of the fact that the Newsweek story about it said that it restored honor to the family movie.
Oh, beautiful!
And I was proud that it was a movie that people could watch with their children and discuss with their children, and not have to worry that their children were going to see something that that was going to embarrass them rather than enlighten them. So it was a good film, and I was very happy with it.
All righty. I'm going to go out, and it's rentable, right?
Okay, you bet it
I'm going to do that right away. And
Okay.
we'll send everybody to this website, the dryeyebookclub.com. And you're such a pleasant person to speak with. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
My last question, what's good news for Jackie? What's good news for you?
Good news for me is, let's see, good news for me is that I'm just finishing the sequel to The Deep End of the Ocean that'll be published next year.
Okay.
And then all my 7 kids are healthy. What else can you ask for?
Okay, only 7. Jackie, you're a slacker.
7, and when I left home, all of them were doing well. So I'm delighted about that.
And a dog on her lap, I see.
And, well, two dogs now. I have a Saint Bernard also.
You're fantastic. Okay, Jackie, thank you very much for sharing
Take
good
care.
news with us and staying late as well. Appreciate it so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.